What's up, everybody? This is Sheepshifter 23 here with Streetkilln HD, Soulamazin Gaming, and your boy Tyler Sherrill's in the house replacing Benjamin Rivers. Benjamin Rivers, his internet is down. Kangaroo crashed into the server, wiped out internet all over Australia. You wouldn't believe it. It's crazy. Down under went down under. So let's jump right into things here today, guys. We're going to kick things off. So the Shield says farewell. It was goodbye for the Shield. They said their goodbyes and they went their separate ways. And then immediately Seth Rollins gets attacked from behind and they act like they weren't friends to begin with because they didn't worry about coming out and helping him anymore. Like, no, you're good now. We're not on the team anymore. We just stopped being teammates 3 seconds ago, so you're good to be attacked by anybody now. Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. As far as the segment and stuff goes, it wasn't that impressive. For it to be the reunion of the Shield and, you know, literally one match that wasn't all that good either. Yeah, it seems like kind of a wasted moment. Like, what was the point? Any thoughts on this, guys?
Honestly, I'm not really a big fan of the Shield anyway, so.
It was just, it felt forced and unnecessary, honestly. I mean, if, you know, with Dean Ambrose leaving, I guess it was kind of nice of them to do it. If, you know, it's legitimately never going to happen again, then at least we got to see them together one last time. I get it. It was good for the fans. They've just been, like, they've just been so down and out with all. The last time they reunited with Dean Ambrose getting injured, and then they reunited again, and then Roman Reigns and Euphemia came back, and it's not really anything that's been their fault. You know what I mean? It's been serious, like, physical reasons why they've had to break up the Shield recently, and it's just like. That's what makes it look like, oh, another reunion, but it's not anyone's fault. You know, things that happen in life. So, I mean, I get it. With Dean Ambrose leaving, I get the one last match, you know, and it made sense because I remember, you know, just a few weeks ago, I was saying how I couldn't stand the Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre get together, and you guys liked it, especially Street thought that it was a good thing, and it made sense now for that group to form to face the Shield for their last match.
I still think they should have faced Lucha House Party.
The Shield?
I don't know.
No, the Wall.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I did see rumors that Dean Ambrose is supposedly re-signing his contract.
I don't think so.
Because on Raw they said that.
Yeah. And I think the Shield, like, separating is confirmation of that. I hope that they're not breaking up the Shield just to make people think that Dean.
So, like, he's re-signing his contract?
Then I'll
I've seen somewhere, like either on Twitter or YouTube.
Well, if he's still re-signing his contract, he's got a long-ass signature. Oh, bazinga. Alright, that was bad, sorry.
Funny guy.
That was terrible.
Funny guy.
My bad. So any other thoughts on this before we move on, guys? On the Shield?
No, but I agree with Soul. If they are just separate, like, saying this whole thing about, like, Dean Ambrose leaving just to separate the Shield, it's kind of stupid. You know what I mean? Like, if it's just a work for the Shield, and, like, to be over and done with, just finally move on from the Shield. I mean, I was a big fan of the Shield when, you know, they first came around, but then it just, like,
You're still a big fan, don't lie.
Fault. Like Soul said, it was none of their fault of what happened, of them trying to reunite. I mean, shit happens, right? But, I mean, it's just, once you do it once, it's like, I'm not gonna say nothing terrible to relate it, but, you know, they're trying to give us something, and then you get all happy, and then they, you know, brings you down. Yeah. Something happens, and it's just like, oh, okay, I'm done. So it's just like, whatever.
All
I don't
right.
know. I guess, you know, we have the new Shield now, so I wonder how this
Looks
will
like
work
it's
out.
just been a one long bad day for the Shield.
Basically, it's like they have a long freaking.
It's just like one of those days where everything you try to do right just goes wrong. It's not your fault.
Exactly.
Everything just slaps you right in the face every move you make, and that's what's happened to them.
So said it.
Yep, I agree. So, moving on, Finn Balor dropped the Intercontinental title to Bobby Lashley on Monday. Just back and forth with the IC title. It's kind of dumb.
Oh yeah, wasn't that the match that Leo Rush came out and like interfered somehow and pretty much cost Finn the title?
Yeah. What I really wanted was to see Leo Rush turn on Bobby Lashley and actually have a good match with Bobby Lashley. Like, maybe even beat him. Because that would be, you know, it's one of those things where a smaller guy beats a way bigger guy. It's always impressive. The first thing that comes to mind is like Rey Mysterio versus Kevin Nash back in the day on WCW. That match blew my mind when I was a kid. So something similar to that, where
First match that came to mind for me was Rey versus Khali.
yeah. So like where, you know, Leo Rush would have, through the bullying and stuff, practically become a babyface. And just, you know, finally getting fed up with Bobby Lashley's intimidation and tactics, and, you know, finally losing it and having a match. You know, maybe losing, but, like, coming really, really close to beating him. You know, one of those type situations where you're like, oh, shit. You know, because Leo Rush really is a good competitor. Like, the only person I can think of that has the similar athleticism would be Ricochet. Ricochet's obviously quite a few levels above Leo Rush, but I think he's a very, very capable performer, and he's got the charisma to be a pretty big star, I would think. What do you guys think?
I think Leo and Finn would have been a decent rivalry too.
Yeah, but I think that it would have been overshadowed by how, you know, Leo was already under Bobby.
Well,
maybe if Bobby was never involved in it in the first place, then it'd have been just Finn and Leo. But by involving
could
Bobby,
still be getting that.
True.
But like, I feel like that's like almost like the Intercontinental title was a consolation prize for Finn Balor for a very short time, and now Finn Balor is just going to be used to get Leo Rush over, while Bobby Lashley has a title run, and I don't like that. But that's what I foresee happening, unless they're going to do something where, you know, it's going to be a rematch at WrestleMania. Maybe we'll get like Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor in something like a steel cage or something where, you know, supposedly, or Leo Rush in a Shark Tank above the ring type ordeal. You know, they always try to throw one of those in every once in a while.
God, no, please, no Shark Tank bullshit.
No Shark
Yeah,
Tank.
it's just an example of a way that they could have Finn versus Bobby without any interruptions. Because Leo Rush has been involved in the results of either or winning the title. It's been his fault. It was his fault that Bobby lost. It was his fault that Bobby won. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So maybe they're going to try to work up a way to have some kind of match where Leo's not supposed to be able to get involved at WrestleMania. And it'll also
If they
be a
put
way
the fucking Shark Tank in, I'm gonna give them a Shark Tank.
everyone's gonna blame you if they do it.
Yeah,
Let's hit
I'm blaming you, so.
I can see it though. Like, I don't
It's
know,
so stupid because every time they do the Shark Tank thing, you know the fucking person's gonna get out. Every time.
Yeah, and how do they deal with all that electricity
I don't know.
from the Shark Tank?
Oh, well. That's a good one.
So, I don't know. But this is back and forth between Bobby and Finn. There's not a good story. It doesn't really make sense. And it could be a lot better. But that's my opinion.
I don't know. I think you're gonna like.
Have you enjoyed any of the Bobby Lashley, Finn Balor rivalry so far?
No, definitely.
Then what makes you think it could change?
Honestly,
Okay,
not
I
really.
liked it. I liked it in the beginning when
Before
Lio
it was
Rush
before it
actually
involved
and
Finn
made-
Balor.
made it. Anything with Bobby Lashley, I did not like, but in the beginning when they involved Lio Rush, it made it a little bit more entertaining. But now it's like they're like restricting Lio Rush from certain things now. Like he was more entertaining than he was.
The only thing I really liked about it was the fact that after a while, Leo and Bobby started arguing and fighting. That's really the only entertaining part for me. I wish they would have carried on something like
I
that.
feel bad for Bobby, but at least they throw a title at him.
I was really wanting Bobby Lashley to like
Twice.
attack Leo and then just get into a huge rivalry.
Yeah. Twice. And it might happen 3 times. You know what? It might happen 5 times.
5 times. 5 times. 5 times.
5 times. Who knows? They'll be like, hey, we're sorry about your shitty ass rivalries we are putting you in and your stories, so you know what? We're just gonna give you the title 5 times. You can just go back and forth with Finn Balor. That sound good to you? Oh man, I don't give a fuck. Alright,
That's what he talks like?
there we go. Yeah.
One more time?
I don't even know how I did that.
So yeah,
Is this supposed to be Bobby Lashley?
I think so.
Yeah, I guess so.
It sounded like somebody with lung cancer that's trying to talk through one of those things that they put
Sounded
up to
like
the
Vince
neck.
McMahon.
So anyway, let's move on. So on Monday, Ronda Rousey murdered Dana Brooke. And a referee slung Dana Brooke around like a rag doll. I was like, there's no way that doesn't hurt. No fucking
Honestly,
way.
Yo, okay.
And
now
there are
that
rumors that
Ronda-
Dana Brooke's on her way out. She just took one for the fucking team. Y'all better give that girl a job.
Since Ronda is now on, the heel factor, I kind of scared for the people that she has to fight because I feel like she's gonna get some PTSD going on, acting all mean and shit.
For
He's
real.
like, Holly Holm? Oh, what the fuck, bitch? I'm gonna break your fucking arm.
Dude, when
for
she
real.
slammed Dana Brooke on her back of her head.
I feel
Oh,
like she
yeah.
has some PTSD and
I got
actually break
scared.
somebody's arm.
Like, I jumped up out of my chair. I was like, oh, fuck, did she really just, like, break her neck or something?
For
It looked
real,
bad,
man.
dude.
Here's
I'm
the
telling you, she's gonna hurt somebody.
I actually
She
like
is.
Dana Brooke. I think that they've completely misused Dana Brooke and that she's perfectly fine in a lot of areas.
Different when she changed
agree.
from when she has her ring attire and like her ring appearance, and she goes from the other thing she was doing with Apollo Crews. She looked hella different. I didn't even recognize her at first.
Yeah, the Apollo
What
Crews
the
and
fuck this is?
Titus Worldwide thing, that was dumb. But her regular thing, I mean, heel or face, she just doesn't. They just always have her as cannon fodder. She's just a stepping stone. But I think she's put in enough time. She deserves at least a shot or something. But the rumor is she's on the way out.
I've noticed that Ronda Rousey's promos ever since she became heel too have been a lot better.
Yeah, because she basically said what the fuck she's wrong.
Well, they were even her UFC promos were better when she was being a bitch. Everything is
Let's
better.
admit that the only kind of promos people know how to do from UFC are like heel promos, because that's what you did in UFC.
You talk shit.
You fucking talk shit, and so you were good at talking shit in UFC.
You can
Well, that's
almost.
what I watch.
I think that part of this is that it's not a complete. Wrestling is scripted, but
Yeah.
I think that the way she's feeling is not a complete lie. you know, ever since she got there, she really did try. You could see that she was trying, but nobody gave a fuck. I mean, I didn't from the very beginning. I remember you two, and everybody seems like they kept trying to give her chances. They were like, well, she's new. Well, she'll get better. Well, and I was like, it's terrible. I don't get it at all.
She's not fit for the WWE.
Honestly, I kind of started watching WWE
it's
again
like
because
CM
of
Punk
her.
not fit for the UFC. Let's just say that.
The thing is that she's fine as a heel. But I do have the feeling that because of her lack of training and lack of awareness, she could end up seriously hurting somebody. Like Soul said, he jumped out of his... she's going to drop somebody on the back of their fucking neck. And you're going to have a...
Oh my god. When she
you're going to have a Stone Cold situation.
And she was doing that fucking... What is it? Not a Samoan drop that she did, but the other one there that she does. What is that? Not really a Samoan drop, but
rolling thing she does.
It's got a name. They named it. I can't remember what they called it.
Yeah, same. When she was first doing that, and I'm like, oh my god,
the shoulder roll or what?
She's gonna kill somebody doing this shit.
Yeah, they call it something.
Are you talking about when she like
the little Samoan drop looking thing?
Yeah, the Rowdy Buster.
It looks like a mix between a Samoan drop and an F5, kind of.
Yeah.
They called it the Rowdy Buster.
That's a stupid fucking name.
When she first started doing that, I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna kill somebody. She gonna kill somebody.
Yeah, she's definitely... Somebody's gonna die. It's gonna be a tragedy. And God forbid it's somebody they care about, like Becky Lynch or Charlotte. You know, God forbid that she takes out a talent that we actually give a fuck about. Which at the same time, WWE would probably use that as storyline. They'd be like, oh, Ronda Rousey's really a badass. She killed Becky Lynch. She's the greatest. She's the greatest wrestler that ever existed.
One week is gonna be all about sadness and the bells, and then the next week, Ronda Rousey's out here. She killed Becky Lynch.
She's the baddest woman on the planet. She hit Becky Lynch with the fatality.
She really is playing Mortal Kombat.
It's real.
She had some training. Sonya wins.
Fatality.
Might be getting into a Sonya Blade character a little too much.
Exactly. She really into that.
So, yeah, Ronda Rousey, the heel stuff is definitely 1,000 times better as far as promo material. But
I may have started watching WWE again because of Ronda, but I'm starting to like WWE again. Like, I'm starting to like Becky a little more than Ronda right now.
You better like Becky more than Ronda. What's wrong with you? Becky Lynch is the shit. If she stays on track like she is right now and can carry this momentum forward into next year, I guarantee you Becky Lynch will overtake Charlotte as the top dog in the women's. The whole thing.
I mean, WWE could pull a fast one on us at WrestleMania, but I really see Becky Lynch walking out the champion.
She fucking better.
I don't know. I love Becky Lynch. I have since I first started watching wrestling again, which has been well over 2 years now. I think this will be the... I started watching at a WrestleMania, so this will be the second or third WrestleMania since then. But I've liked Becky since then. But I still like.
I did too. I liked Becky as. I'm a big fan.
Charlotte's still my favorite woman in the WWE right now.
I'm a big fan of puns, so Becky Lynch has my heart.
Yeah, I love Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Take nothing away from her, but
I can see Nikki Cross coming
now,
up.
okay, if I'm being if I'm being honest about athletic ability or in-ring ability, I would have to give the edge to Charlotte. But right now, if I were talking about promo ability and charisma,
Yeah,
I would say that Becky Lynch has the
is
edge.
hot and over with the fans right now, definitely.
But Becky Lynch, I think, has always had better promos. The thing that Charlotte had in her promos wasn't her ability to give promos; it was her prestige, and just because her only good promos were as a heel. She never gave good promos as a face. Her heel promos were always the same thing. I'm entitled. I'm a legend. I'm Ric Flair's daughter. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. It was always the exact same storyline, but the face stuff was always really, really bland. But the difference between Charlotte and Becky in that arena promos is that Becky Lynch can be a face just as good as she can be a heel, even though they never let her go heel. When she did, all she did was prove that she's one of those in the middle ground where people don't care if she's a heel. They get behind her. It's the Stone Cold scenario. I keep talking about it and sound like a broken record, but I mean it's literally the same thing as Stone Cold, and now it's even more mirroring the past in that she got arrested and all the same stuff's going on. I definitely do agree about Charlotte's athleticism and in-ring ability, but man, I just think Becky is a more compelling character.
I think, yeah, of course, especially right now.
I'm talking about in general, even if you don't count anything that's happened in the past 6 months with Becky Lynch.
I don't know if you would have expressed that so strongly a year ago.
I would have. I was always a bigger fan of Becky Lynch than I was Charlotte.
But this stuff that has swayed your opinion so hard hadn't happened yet. So you might still feel that way, but not as strongly as you do.
Certainly not as strong because there's. I mean that's obvious because of everything that's going down.
That's why I say, like, of course Becky has been super over, and her promos have been really good, and everything going on with her has been good for 6 months. But in the long run, I still have to say I like Charlotte better. At the end of the day,
Becky has something that Charlotte doesn't.
I think they're both great. They're both gonna be around for a long time. You know, it doesn't have to be you like one or the other and you can't like the other. I'm just saying.
Obviously, absolutely. I like both of them.
I mean, Charlotte.
It's the same thing with AJ Styles. Like, AJ Styles is one of the best in-ring performers, but he doesn't give great promos either. I mean,
I don't like I'm not a big fan of AJ Styles.
Yeah, I know that.
I liked AJ Styles more when he was in TNA.
I think everybody did. WWE doesn't know how to treat people when they come from another promotion. It usually takes forever for them to find their footing because they try every stupid old tactic that they have until they finally stumble into the right answer, which was right there all the time. They're always like, well, let's do this. The storyline where the best friends aren't best friends anymore. Now they're going to fight for 6 months. You know, let's do that again. You know, let's pair them up with a manager who's, you know, going to turn on them halfway through. You know, let's just keep recycling all these old ideas instead of letting maybe the superstars come up with the creative decisions. You know, maybe letting them have more of an active role, which hopefully things change for the better with, you know, a lot of changes in creative, bringing in a lot of fresh faces. I think that will have an impact. I think a lot of these old timers have a set way about things and they're not willing to change, and they don't like AEW because it's just a bunch of punk kids doing super kicks and flips.
I hope AJ Styles cuts his damn hair.
His hair's fine. His hair's not a problem to me. My only problem with AJ is I think he waited way too long to come to WWE. I don't think we've got the AJ Styles in his prime. And I think that WWE really missed out. I think AJ Styles missed out on that one. I mean, I'm not saying it's AJ Styles' fault. Obviously, it wasn't. WWE didn't hire. But,
I don't know. I think if AJ Styles cut his hair and went on a full-blown heel run, I think it would be pretty incredible.
Yeah, his couple of heel runs that you did have weren't like full on.
I agree with what you said, and I think that because he came to the WWE so late, and because of where he's at in his career right now, it's probably not gonna happen. He's more of a, he's almost like a Roman Reigns type of character. He's John Cena type of character. He's like he's over with the youth. The kids love AJ Styles. I think he's like more of like a face for the kids, for the company type of guy. I don't think.
They've got that though. They've got the New Day. They've got No Way Jose. They've got plenty of shit for the little shitheads to laugh all day. Let the adults have their fun.
We have
little shitheads
and Shane McMahon.
They ruined the Samoa Joe and AJ Styles thing. I mean, it should have been so much better.
I was slightly into that, but it wasn't
the only good thing was that the Wendy thing was so bad it was great. That was the only good thing. Like the Stalker Joe over here was probably the only good part out of that. But Samoa Joe shouldn't be like that. Samoa Joe should be a fucking machine and doing what he basically did in the Fatal 4-Way. Even though I was really upset that R-Truth lost, I couldn't be mad at Samoa Joe for winning. You know what I mean?
I feel ya.
I still hope R-Truth gets a rematch at WrestleMania. Maybe on the pre-show or whatever. But I hope R-Truth gets a rematch and somehow overcomes and
R-Truth
beats
does
Samoa
deserve
Joe.
it
I
as
know
well,
you don't think it's gonna happen. It's gonna be Rey Mysterio. A lot of people are saying.
I think Samoa Joe deserves it a lot more.
I feel like it's gonna be Rey Mysterio.
I don't think Rey deserves it.
I feel like Samoa Joe deserves it a lot more.
I mean, Rey's had several title runs. He should just be somebody that goes in there and like puts on a good show with all the newbies.
I think it's coming.
Well, what do you think?
Rey is one of the few old time. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
You think it'd be better to give R-Truth a rematch against Samoa Joe, a one-on-one at WrestleMania, and also have Rey Mysterio put over Andrade Cien Almas at WrestleMania? Is that basically what you guys
here's the issue.
saying?
They have a lot of good people right now in SmackDown.
Yeah, like literally, they don't have a place. They don't have a place right now for AJ Styles and Randy Orton.
They have Samoa Joe.
They don't count Mustafa Ali.
Well, you
do not count him in the ranks of all those other people. That's like saying T.J. Perkins.
Crazy?
Why?
Yeah.
Because he's good.
Good, but he's not.
But he's green.
Superstardom.
He's green as fuck.
He's what?
Green. He's a noob. He's a noob. He's not ready.
Not really. I mean, he was on 205 Live for a while.
Nobody in those fucking.
Name in the same sentence as Randy Orton. Really?
Nobody in those. In the crowds are getting excited about Mustafa Ali. They might say, "Ooh, he's got a shiny light on his hand. He's like a Arab Iron Man. That's cool." But
Iron Man.
But I don't think anybody really gives. I like Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali in the match.
Okay, I'm not trying to categorize him as like the greatest of all time, but I'm saying talent-wise.
He's not that.
I'm not saying this is the person that deserves an instant title run. I mean, they got a lot of good talent, a lot of like future stars as well on SmackDown.
I feel like a lot more people would rather see Kofi than Mustafa.
I think Andrade is better than Mustafa.
Well, yeah, definitely, most definitely.
That's my point. Is that?
But it doesn't change the fact that he could, be the future of SmackDown.
No.
Well,
no.
Here's the reason why they pulled him to SmackDown, is so that he could have a future in SmackDown.
No, it's called affirmative action. I'm kidding.
He was so good in 205, they pulled him to SmackDown.
No, that's not the case. They just needed somebody else. Somebody got hurt.
Tyler had said that Rey Mysterio should be, being used to like get talent over and stuff. So I was just saying, you guys know my interpretation of the WWE and how I feel about WrestleMania. I think it's all about big name, big name, big name. So that's why I see Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe for the U.S. title.
And I
But
get that Rey
from
Mysterio is
Tyler's
I
still a
can
point
see
big
of
that
name.
view,
too.
from Tyler's point of view, it should be Rey Mysterio versus Andrade, and Andre gets the win to put over someone new and fresh. But I see big name. It's WrestleMania. It's all
I
about
mean,
bright
I can see
lights
a
and
big name
names
like
and
Rey
popularity.
Mysterio putting on a great match with someone like Andrade or
If
somebody
it's
else.
look, if
I
it's
do too,
if it's
but I
if it's
also
only
see
big names, then nobody new ever gets a WrestleMania moment, and it stays
no, but
the
like
same.
but you got to think
And
these
Seth
big
Rollins
names
is
weren't
against
always
that.
big names.
Seth Rollins is against it, and he had his own thing about talking about, you know, how the new
But he's a
people.
big name now, and he's going up for the Universal title, so that's being a hypocrite.
He's
It's not
not,
being a
but
hypocrite
no.
because
Wait,
he
the
still
difference is
believes
that
in it.
the difference in this is that you say he's a big name. He's not the type of big name that I'm talking about. He's not a big name. In other words, a big
Type of
name. A big
a
name
big
is
name
The
to me
Rock,
is like
Triple H, Batista, John Cena, Rey
Rey Mysterio,
Mysterio, household names that
Randy Orton,
everybody on the
basically
planet
just
knows.
all the
Randy Orton.
basically just all the legends, like maybe from the
Legends.
Ruthless Aggression
Yeah,
era or something like
basically.
that.
Legends.
People that's been in WWE for a while.
I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. Half of WrestleMania is over 40 years old.
Hmm.
I mean, you're supposed to be moving forward and trying to compete with a younger, possibly.
Yeah, but like Triple H versus Batista, it's a nostalgia match, and it's a match.
It's gonna be garbage.
But it's not. It's not breaking the company. It's not breaking the show. It's just there. It's not a replacement.
Exactly.
It's,
It's just
it's
there
not like
when there could be
they
something
screwed Kofi
amazing.
over and gave the title shot to Triple H. Like,
Look,
it's not
instead
hurting
of
anybody.
No,
of
but
that,
they could replace that match. They could replace that match with
But they
something
don't want to
else.
replace that match because it's fucking Triple H and Batista. It's a huge draw. Why would you replace it? They're not
I
gonna say.
understand about the
they're gonna-
draw,
They're
but
not
at
gonna
one
say,
at
"Oh,
one
let's give
point,
Mustafa Ali a
at one
a
point
match."
I'm not saying
WWE.
Mustafa Ali. I'm saying they could do anything. But here's my biggest
there's so
problem.
many other fresh, you know, not fresh, but like new good big names that's coming
I
up.
guarantee
Like, you
you,
know what I'm
at least
saying? AJ
one
Styles and all
title
that shit.
doesn't get represented at WrestleMania. Whether it be the U.S. title or it won't be the IC title, but one of the women's titles, one of the tag team belts. I guarantee you, one or two of the title matches will not make it on WrestleMania. Maybe the pre-show, but maybe not even then. And that's my problem. When you've got titles on the line, well, titles not on the line, but you've got just filler matches that are just going to be spectacles for, not even a spectacle. It's just going to be something for
The
everybody to
match
go
card right
from.
now is mostly big names of people that's just
But
been
that's
around
the
the
whole
company
point
for
of
a while.
WrestleMania. That's what it's about.
The Raw Women's Championship, I understand. Okay, we got Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Ronda Rousey. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
That's perfect.
But then we got, Universal with Brock Lesnar. Okay,
That's
he's
fine.
Brock Lesnar.
You got. I'm perfectly fine with that. My problem is
Triple H
Seth-
versus
I
Batista.
still kind of
Okay,
hope Seth wins
that's
that
just
match.
like nostalgia stuff. And then we got Randy Orton and AJ Styles. Of course they're gonna throw Randy Orton in there. I mean, like, why? Why can't AJ Styles fight somebody else? Why does it have to be Randy?
I believe
And then we got
this.
The
I
Miz
believe this
versus
time
Shane
we've got
McMahon.
a
Why
potential
does
for.
Shane McMahon? I mean,
Yeah.
I understand the whole story and whatnot with The Miz and Shane McMahon. Don't get me wrong. The Miz is a great wrestler, a great heel. So is Shane. Shane's great and everything. But we've seen a lot from Shane.
Look,
Shane back in the days was
this
on
motherfucker
every
better
single
jump out
show
of an
and
airplane.
pay-per-view. He better jump out a fucking airplane and do a coast to coast or some shit. But the Miz,
Jump
Miz,
off of
I understand.
WrestleMania, son.
But the thing is, we've seen so much of The Miz as well. The Miz has been in the company for years. Why does he need another WrestleMania moment? It's not even nothing that big. What they're gonna fucking do in this match? I can guarantee this match is gonna be like 8 minutes long, and half of it is gonna be not even that.
Half
great.
of it's going to be Shane
my-
climbing something.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the Orton and AJ match is actually pretty decent.
I think it has
Like-
potential. I think Orton and AJ, because neither one of them are fighting for a title, I think that they might try to put on a really, really entertaining show because it doesn't have that extra oomph of being a title match. It's just
I
there, so they don't want to be just filler.
I'm interested in the story. Like, just the fact that Orton is basically kind of claiming that he's the real face that runs the place, and AJ also has his own side of things.
Well, he's saying that it's the house that Randy Orton built. Blah blah blah.
I like it because if you have WrestleMania coming up and you leave AJ Styles and Randy Orton out of WrestleMania, you're a tool and you need to sell the company.
I agree.
You can't have WrestleMania without AJ Styles and Randy Orton.
Well, you could.
They're both really good competitors.
You could have
Randy Orton at WrestleMania. That's the biggest slap in the face.
But here's a question: why do you leave Randy Orton at WrestleMania?
Because he's Randy Orton. He's been
exactly.
Randy Orton has been dedicated to
Sheepshifter
trying to say.
There's nothing wrong. Well,
he's a household name. There's too many household names. There's nothing wrong with being a household name. There's nothing wrong with
I do have a few that I'm willing to accept. Like I don't mind Randy Orton because for one, Randy Orton still looks like he's got it. He can still pull out an RKO out of nowhere and it looks amazing. Randy Orton's fine.
In my opinion's like at the top of his prime right now.
No, he's not. He was in his prime about 5 years ago. Right now, he's cresting and he's maturing and he's in legend status and he's up there. But he's definitely past his prime. His matches aren't as athletic. He basically does the same moveset now to relieve strain and stuff. He doesn't take as many risks. Aside from letting Brock Lesnar bust his head open.
He's just going with the flow is basically what's happening.
I do, but the thing is that he's wrong. Randy Orton didn't build SmackDown. The Rock did. The Rock. It's named after The Rock.
True.
I mean,
that
his
could
catchphrase.
Be debatable too, because there's even people before The Rock.
His catchphrase, not on SmackDown. SmackDown was made from The Rock's catchphrase. It's literally the house he built with his words.
The Rock's gonna show up and beat up both of them.
I'm down with that. That's cool.
This is the house that I built.
You built what? Who are these two jabronis saying they built my house? I could see The Rock putting up.
That could be what's gonna happen. That could be what's
We just called it. You heard it first. Spoiler alert. Somebody should pay us because, go put your bets in right now.
I can hear those exact words too. I see you two jabronis out here to ring. You want to talk about how you built the house that The Rock built?
It'd be pretty epic. So that's pretty cool. I could get down with it. So I'm okay with Randy Orton because Randy Orton still has a certain factor about him that's okay. Triple H isn't.
Versus Batista so much.
Triple H and Batista. I'm not 100% sure on Batista because I haven't seen him in ring in a while, and that's one thing. He's gonna have a ring rust. But Triple H, all the last 5 matches I've seen from Triple H were literally like terrible. Watching a Big Show match.
Terrible matches from Triple H.
They're slow. Suplex rest. Suplex rest.
Quick one and done. Batista just destroyed him and be a match. Quick filler with Batista.
And that's why we don't need
a little spear or something.
I could be down with a real quick, spear and Triple H goes down and Batista's a badass again, and that could be an interesting storyline to pull off. But
and then give him shitty ass stories, and then
So let's go ahead and move on before we get too far. Lo and behold, the next part is Triple H and Drax promo.
Oh. Alright, since that's the next topic, hold on. I wanted to say one thing about the WrestleMania card. The only problem I see with this is that Buddy Murphy is defending the visual title. It's the only problem.
I think that's for just a pre-show.
Of course.
It better be. If they put the Cruiserweight match on the main event.
Not main event, but main show.
Am I wrong for thinking that that's wrong?
That Buddy Murphy's the champion?
No, well, that Buddy Murphy's defending Cruiserweight title at WrestleMania.
They did it every year. It's on the pre-show, but they did it last year. They did it the year before.
Why WrestleMania? They don't even defend it at every pay-per-view to begin with. Why does it have to be at WrestleMania? Why is that important?
Because there's no NXT show before WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because there's no NXT show before WrestleMania. Look at it. There's always an NXT show for a big WWE.
Oh, I know why. I know why.
SummerSlam.
I know exactly why. Because millions of people watch WrestleMania that don't normally watch wrestling. And it's a chance to get new eyes on that product. And they could be like, oh, a whole division to cruiserweights. That's what I liked most about wrestling back in the day. Maybe I would like that. That's why 205 Live is on WrestleMania. Marketing.
Except it's on the pre-show of that.
Still, millions of people are going to see it.
A tenth of those people.
Okay, half of millions of people are going to see it. So the promo itself was actually not that bad. I enjoyed it. Go ahead.
Triple H and Batista promo, I can definitely see a lot of memes start to increase because of Batista's giving a lot of one thing.
Batista mania, y'all.
I don't know. At one point there, he looked like he was throwing a temper tantrum. He was about to cry. He's like, you know what I want? Just give me what I want.
Imagine listening to that while your eyes are closed. I was like, whoa, buddy, this is going somewhere like that. I don't want to listen. Give me what I want, Triple H.
And you're in the shower.
You want what you want? What you want? Want me to give you what you want?
So, as far as promos go, it wasn't bad. I mean, it tells the story, and I'm sure. Like I said last week, the promos are going to be better than the match. So, congratulations, WrestleMania. You got Triple H and Batista.
Hold on. I've seen here, I guess so if our lives is having a Cruiserweight Championship Number Contenders Tournament. And the finalists are Tony Nese and Cedric Alexander. So who do you think's going to face somebody in the
It's probably Cedric Alexander.
Is this the same 2 or 3 people over and over and over?
That's all there is. The rest of them are just filler.
Either that or it could be a triple threat.
They have only working in it. Why didn't he? Kalisto lost in the first round.
I feel like the Cruiserweight title's gonna be like a kickoff show thing.
Yeah, it'll definitely be on the kickoff show. So
another match on the card is Kurt Angle versus to be announced.
That was the next topic. Was that Angle's farewell tour? So no more Kurt Angle, which I am fine with. I just don't necessarily think we need the send off. Fine, I get it. He deserves to get a WrestleMania send off, but doesn't mean I have to like it. It's going to be another shitty match on WrestleMania. How are you going to compete with NXT TakeOver the day before when half of your matches are guys who can barely breathe?
I am kind of glad that Kurt Angle is finally hanging up the boots, though.
I am glad for that. He doesn't need to be in the ring anymore. There's a lot of people. I don't like watching them wrestle because it hurts me to watch them wrestle. I literally cringe every time I see them take a bad bump.
For something though, I love Kurt Angle.
That's fine. I don't mind people being side characters or supporting roles or managers or even backstage.
I agree with the Kurt Angle one more than I do with Triple H, I think.
Look, let Triple H and Batista do whatever they want. Fine, let them have something at WrestleMania. But
with Matt and Jeff Hardy, I can kind of make an exception for Jeff, but Matt's getting a little too.
That's bad. Jeff, every time he does a move, he grabs his back and he looks really hurt. Like, it's not good. He could be doing so much more by training all the other high flyers. You know, give the new guys coming in some tips. Pass the Swanton Bomb down to somebody. Teach Ricochet the Swanton Bomb. I know he can already do it, but, you know, pass it down to him. And, you know, like that kind of thing. You know, like Kevin Owens has the stunner now. Awesome. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's what I'm thinking that's what's going to happen with the Kurt Angle match. Maybe it'll be a passing the torch and something.
Who'd you say he was fighting? Your mic's pretty low.
I forgot who.
It says to be announced.
It's going to be Jason Jordan.
Oh yeah, he said Jason Jordan, didn't he?
Or it could be Drew McIntyre.
No, Drew McIntyre is going to fight Roman Reigns. Watch.
You think so? I don't know, because you guys want Drew to get over so bad. I don't think they'll put him.
I think it's too late. I mean, I wanted to, but I think they missed the they missed it.
The rumors were back when Kurt Angle faced Drew on Raw. Apparently Kurt Angle wanted that match, and he wanted to lose to Drew. Apparently Kurt Angle really likes Drew McIntyre. He thinks he's a future star. He thinks about him the way you guys do.
I'm still getting.
Maybe this will be his way of retiring. Will be to pass the torch to Drew to try to get him pushed.
I'm still getting tired of Baron Corbin. I think they need to like get Baron Corbin and Drew McIntyre.
Baron Corbin's great.
It's one of the only entertaining things about Monday Night Raw.
It used to be a troll.
He's a good athlete, but I just
that's the point you're missing. That's the reason.
You're supposed to feel.
He's a heel. You're supposed to not like. You're supposed to hate him. The more you hate a heel, the better they're doing their job. You have to distract yourself from how much you dislike the character and actually appreciate how well he's doing his job by making you hate him.
There's nothing worse than a boring heel. Like a heel that you just don't.
You got to have somebody you want to see get beat up. If you don't want to see him get beat up,
Jinder Mahal was a boring heel. No one cared.
I will admit, if he's like, since he's really making me hate him,
we already know why
really
Baron
does.
Corbin is entertaining.
We already know why Jinder Mahal had pushes and all that shit.
Yeah,
right?
It was political. It was
it's for the crown jewel.
The way Baron Corbin makes
They
people hate him,
and they were trying to. They were doing the thing in India. They were like starting a big network, a WWE India like show or something like that, and it would happen at the same time. They just so happened to have Jinder Mahal be the champion. Yeah, coincidence. So next up, we've got is this the end of the road for Dean Ambrose, which we already kind of discussed a little bit with the Shield's farewell thing, but let's dig deep into it. What do you guys think? Do you think Dean Ambrose is going to stay, or do you think Dean Ambrose is going to go
I don't know, it's questionable.
try for other
really
things?
Questionable.
I think this is all a work. I think WWE has planned this whole thing.
I got
All the news has been fake. WWE made it all up. His contract was expiring. He was always going to resign. He might have already resigned. They're just doing all this drama to intensify, and then when they re-sign him, it makes WWE look better, and like they can keep their talent however they want, and that the ones that are leaving are because WWE wanted them to go anyway, and it's just cutting dead weight. WWE after WrestleMania gets rid of like 5 or 6 people anyway. Every year.
I don't know.
I think if
for some reason,
WWE,
I think he's leaving.
I think if they book Dean right, like Dean can have a even better future as long as they don't book him in like anything related to the Shield.
Dean's gonna okay? Here's where I want to go with this. If Dean's leaving, what is he doing? Is he going to New Japan?
I think he's supposedly just done with wrestling.
I don't think we know much about Dean to actually try to guess this one. Dean is
you got a point.
He's so mysterious. He's so. It's
I
like
think that he's
there's
pulling
not
on
much about
Rousey. I
Dean.
think he's starting a family.
Oh,
And
what
he's
makes you?
done.
Where in the world do you read this? Like, there's not a lot going on about Dean in social media. He doesn't really have social media.
I just have like this. I have
It's just like you don't know.
He's got a feel. It's a gut feeling.
I have this sense about people.
You can tell when they're in the baby making mood, huh?
We were watching Raw, and my girlfriend pointed out that she thinks that maybe Renee Young is pregnant because she can tell her face is still getting a little puffier, and she's wearing like lighter clothes around her.
I know. I was gonna say she's been wearing different clothes lately. She's not wearing the same kind of clothes.
Look at Street, the fashionista. Street's over here paying attention to outfits now. Okay.
And she noticed that her face was getting
when
chunky.
somebody changes.
When a woman gets pregnant, her face starts getting chunky, and it just kind of
Soul,
makes
you're an
sense
asshole.
It's true. My girlfriend's the one that pointed it out.
You're just saying that to cover your own hateful views, calling pregnant women fat.
It's not hateful. It's just a
You said pregnant women have fat fucking faces.
I said as a woman becomes pregnant.
No, that's verbatim. That's exactly what you said. I'll rewind this stream. I will turn this stream around.
But it makes sense, doesn't it? And she was seeing these signs and him leaving. And, you know, even Roman made the joke about we don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something, you know, during the promo, talking about Dean. Maybe he's just done. Maybe he just isn't interested in something.
I mean, I know if he leaves, he's
okay, because my argument was, see, you had to just go and screw up my whole thing, because I was going to be like, you were going to be like, oh, he's going to maybe go to AEW, or maybe go to this place, and I was going to be like, oh, so he's just going to go all over the place while his wife stays in WWE? I don't think so.
I understand that.
I don't think I think if he leaves, he's not going to go anywhere, and then everybody loses out.
Because his wife is in WWE.
But I really think he would go stir crazy if he just had to sit around all day, and I don't think he would be able to find anything that he likes to do.
What if they're both leaving?
Doing something different?
What if they invested money into like their own business or something, and they're gonna run that?
I know. I'm just saying. Let's see.
I don't. The reason I don't see that happening. No. Renee Young.
Start a family.
No.
Business.
Renee Young just broke new ground. Is like consistently going further and further. She could have a 30 fucking year career that would be set her and her family that she's trying to start up for life. I highly doubt she's going to drop all that to go start a business. I don't care how much money they've got right now. She's got the potential to be the next Michael Cole.
Michael Cole, yeah.
Yeah, the next head of all the announcers. I could see that.
I could see that as well.
I can see that too.
And that's the thing. She just got that. She just got the success that she's probably been trying so hard to get. I'm sorry I'm talking over you, but she just got there. I don't think that she would throw that all away. I mean, if that's like the culmination of somebody's life's work and just saying, I want to go start a family. Let's just snap. You know, whatevs. I'm a gypsy. Let's just go wander. We don't need jobs. No, I get what you're saying. Maybe Dean's just kind of tired of it. But my personal opinion is that even if he did quit,
I wouldn't shoo out the possibility that they could be starting another business. They've made tons of money. I mean, it's not. It may sound silly to you, but it's not, let's just quit our jobs. It's we're investing in something else. We have another job. It's not just quitting a job. It's moving to another job where you can stay home and raise children and run your own business, have people work for you. I mean, it's a out there theory. Don't say it.
Yeah, I think the odds would be more stacked in my favor there. I think, well, maybe not my conspiracy theory that they were all in on it the whole time. But I do
So what
believe
you
that's
want,
the case.
You want to have the better, most believable theory? Is that what you want?
I mean, if he
Is that what
does
this is
leave,
about?
I definitely don't think he's going to AEW like some people think.
Well, here's a theory and a principle.
I don't think anyone that matters is going to AEW, to be honest. I really don't. I don't think they're going to get like any big names.
Well, there's two things. There's two main options. There's either WWE or AEW. Everything else are lesser probabilities, statistically. So, you know, by probability and averages, you know, the easiest to explain answer, 9 times out of 10, is usually the right one. The more steps you have to go through to try and rationalize or explain something, the less likely it is to be true. So, to, you know, have all this, I really think it's either WWE or AEW. I mean, the reason I don't think Dean Ambrose, even if he quit, would be able to stay quit, because Dean Ambrose to me is the type of person that wrestles because they love wrestling. Dean Ambrose is one of those guys who wrestled for 10 years in, you know, pool halls and shit. He didn't do he did do like New Japan and stuff, but he wasn't a huge name on any of that stuff. He did the indie circuit like for the love of it. I mean, he probably didn't think he was going to get famous. I mean, I think he's one of those who can't just quit. I think he's got to do it.
All the injuries he's been through and the wear and tear on his body.
Are you saying he wasn't a big name?
He could be big on as well.
Man,
all the pain.
I don't think he's that worn down. I think he's got plenty of gas left in the tank.
He was
because
a big name in HWA. I don't know what you're talking about.
What, Johnny Moxley?
That's how he got recognized.
Okay, what is HWA?
Heartland Wrestling Association.
You know why I had to ask that? Because he wasn't a big name.
He was. Moxley? Come on. He did crazy ass shit in that fucking company.
He may have,
I
but like 11 people saw it.
AEW is just gonna be like
He legit busted open his fucking head multiple times.
AEW is gonna be like a golden.
He did fucking death matches, dude. Come on. He got recognized for all that crazy ass shit.
I see paths to success for AEW, but I see a lot more paths to just brutal, overwhelming failure. There's ways I think they could do it, and I think it's obviously by being the edgier product. And
I think that's what Dean Ambrose should go back to, is edgier shit.
Well, WWE's saying that they're trying to get back into more edgy, less PG type stuff. So that's been coming down the pipeline. I'm all for it. But
I don't know, but I'm getting really excited for the month of April. I think big things are going to happen after WrestleMania. Not quite as excited for WrestleMania as I am the week after, because a lot of contracts are coming up. We have the Superstar Shakeup. I think the week after WrestleMania is going to be more exciting than WrestleMania. So,
I'm still curious about that Mojo Rawley situation that was going on a lot. Mojo Rawley talking to himself in the mirror.
I know, they just completely dropped the ball with that.
he's gone. I guarantee after April, he's gone. No way, Jose's gone.
I'm reading supposedly Mojo Rawley is dealing with a leg injury.
Oh, you hurt his leg. Oh,
he hadn't even wrestled. No way, Jose had to go dye his hair green and look all crazy and shit. Just to try and stand out, and that didn't even work. Elias beat his ass.
No way Jose doesn't even wrestle anymore, does he?
He got his ass beat by Elias on SmackDown. No, Raw. Yeah. And he has green hair now. And dreads.
Yeah.
And bright green hair. He looks like Ezekiel, but with green hair. Ezekiel from The Walking Dead, if you guys don't know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah, green fucking dreads. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but it doesn't fit the No Way Jose thing. It looks more like a punk
It looks
type
like a
thing, or
cyberpunk.
yeah, cyberbar or something like that, and it just doesn't fit the No Way Jose thing. And barely saw it
No
before
way,
he got
Jose. No
fucking
way,
murdered.
Jose. Time
Which
to fill up your drinks and party. You know, the
it's
only
the
people dancing to
bathroom
that
break.
shit is
enjoy-
drunk people.
I
Drunk
do
people are the
enjoy
only
saying
people
that
dancing
combo
to that
line though
shit.
every now and
Like,
then.
oh yeah, no way, Jose, man.
Look,
Those are the only
as
people that
as
even
as
act
soon
like
as that
him.
music hits, the lines to the bathroom get super long. The hot dog stands, you got no chance unless you were already there. Get your back scratchers!
Oh man.
So, I see
What?
rumors that Braun Strowman could be a potential replacement for Dean Ambrose.
Oh yeah, I heard that. I heard that Braun Strowman could be the new Shield thing. That's what I heard as well.
That's
I
stupid.
hate any type of rumor about any kind of replacement for Dean Ambrose. If
That's
Dean Ambrose
stupid.
leaves, the Shield should
Because you
just be
can't replace
non-existent.
Dean Ambrose,
We
man.
don't-
You
It's
don't
not
have
the
that.
Shield. I mean, it's like saying that they're going to replace Shawn Michaels with Dolph Ziggler in DX.
Technically,
You're gonna
Roman
take-
Reigns was even the
Yeah,
original
you're
member
gonna
of the
take
Shield.
you're gonna take Kofi out of the New Day and put R-Truth in there.
Yeah,
Like, what?
Kofi's not. They're just gonna retcon it, you know. They'll be like,
No,
no.
they're
That was
they're gonna
always
take
the
out-
case. It's the Mandela effect. R-Truth was always in New
They're
Day.
gonna take out. They're gonna take out what's his name? Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods to replace it with the Usos, the new Day. It's a Uso Day. Yes, it is.
Nuso Day.
Uso.
No, I don't
Nuso.
think they would. I don't think they would do that. The Usos' current gimmick they got is like pretty dang good right now.
Yeah, they're both fine. I think they should stay the course. New Day is. Ah man, I really want to see New Day and Kofi Kingston both win.
The Usos are
At
the next
WrestleMania.
generation's Hardy Boys.
Yeah, they're most people's favorite tag team for sure. Besides, you know, a lot of kids who are going to grow up and think that the New Day was the most amazing thing just because it caught their eye from a young age. I think a generation, there's going to be a generation gap, especially in a few years, and as a lot of New Day fans get older, they're still going to be huge fans of the New Day. And I think that'll stick with them probably more than the Usos for the younger kids, but for like us, the Usos definitely stand out more because one, they're edgier. They're, you know, not necessarily just a whole lot, but there's, you know, a noticeable degree of edginess to them that you don't get with any
like
of the other
Time, in
teams.
my opinion, without the money thing.
The new network they're going with wants them to be more edgier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fox.
the new network. Yeah, Fox wants them to be more edgier.
Is that it for the list?
Wait, SmackDown's
No,
going
we got
to
like
Fox?
2 more. So real quick, they're not big ones. One of them's NXT. So, well, we've got RKO and.
Hold on. I don't want to. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna go ahead and go then, because I don't want to hear this. Because I haven't watched it yet.
Well, the NXT. I'm not going to the NXT yet. I'll let you know before I go to it. We've
Alright,
still
well,
got
I'm
still
gonna
got
have
the.
to see
I just wanted to cover the last one pretty much, which is Vince McMahon's Gauntlet Challenge to Kofi Kingston.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, we couldn't
Oh, man.
not
Oh, my
cover
God.
this. This is
I think so.
insurmountable odds,
Can
but
can we just talk
It's-
about like what this is all gonna lead? Is
It's so
he
good.
actually
It's
gonna
so
get?
good because yes.
I
It's
really-
Is he
getting
actually
his
gonna
moment.
get what he
It's the
deserves?
most foreseen.
I really want
obvious, in your
Kofi
face
to
thing.
win that.
He's so clearly getting a huge moment. Like it's right there in your face.
Yeah.
You don't
I think somehow, some way that the New Day helps.
Whenever
like it,
Vince McMahon is involved into a story, you know it's gonna be a big thing.
I think it gets unfair at some point.
Especially with Vince McMahon don't come out there and get personal.
But that's the
bash
thing with
people
Vince
like
McMahon.
that.
Everything
For
is
nothing.
unfair with Vince McMahon. Look
Like
at
he'll
all his
come out
stories.
like in the after like the second guy, after he gets like the first win, he'll be like, oh, and after you defeat someone, you face the next guy, but the first guy is still there too. You know, or some kind of goofy shit. Like, he's not eliminated. Like, he lost, but now it's a 2-on-1. And then it becomes a 3-on-1. And then it becomes a 4-on-1.
Good 4-on-1.
And then
It
5 and
becomes
6.
a Hell in a
You know.
Cell match.
Don't give Vince any ideas. Damn it. Kobe's gonna literally die.
So, I mean, I could see them,
And
like, getting really unfair and, like, New Day coming to the rescue, and then
I don't see
Vince
how.
tries to punish New Day, too, and then New Day, you know, does something great and fights their way into the tag team title shot. And I can just... I know you want the big name moments, but I want the big... heartwarming, the moments you never forget, the, you know, special moments that you only get once in a lifetime, like all of New Day winning a title at WrestleMania, and at the end of WrestleMania, well, right before Becky and Ronda and Charlotte, you get to see New Day standing tall, all three of them with titles that they all deserve, and I mean, that breaks the record for New Day as far as tag team titles. And it,
I could see that because how
It's
I'm
perfect.
assuming we're gonna get Usos versus Hardy Boys. Maybe
So
we'll
add-
get a triple threat.
add
tag
New
team
Day
match.
to it.
That way, you got Hardy Boys in there for
I mean,
nostalgia,
shit, they're-
but
You want
got
big
New Day to
names.
hold.
You want
You got
big
New Day
names.
to
already
hold up the
booking
match
matches
so
like-
the Hardy Boys don't have to get exposed or make it look like a slow match because you know. they're
Vince
not in
already
order.
booking matches like Universe.
Because here's another problem.
Throwing
Right
triple
now,
threats,
Triple
triple
H is a heel and a face.
I think every match
6
at
on
WrestleMania
6.
is gonna be a triple threat. I mean, look, it's gonna be Kobe versus Bryan versus KO.
Throwing everybody in there.
I think something's going to happen to Vince.
It's gonna be a bunch of triple threats.
Every match is gonna be triple threat.
Well, look, I think something's going to happen to Vince. Like, they're going to think, like, Vince is too power hungry or something. So, like, because Triple H is in this weird position where he's a face against Batista, but in the whole rest of wrestling, he's a heel. So,
Right.
And then The Rock
re-
comes in and makes it a triple threat.
No, that's the AJ Styles
And
Randy
then,
Orton match.
no, wait. And
It's
then
gonna
the
be-
Miz versus Shane. You have his dad coming in. That makes it a triple threat. So here we go. We're all set for a triple threat. Every
Triple
match
H
is all set
Batista,
for a
Ric
triple threat.
Flair's gonna come out for his very last match ever. Quote,
Oh,
unquote.
God.
Triple
It's
Threatselmania.
gonna be, I'm telling both of you boys what you know, and both of you disrespecting me, so I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna whoop both of your asses.
No, but
Triple
since, yeah, exactly. Since, God damn it, I done lost the train of thought.
Okay, we made people versus train of thought.
Yeah, damn it. Yeah, since Triple H is in that weird position, he's gonna need to like transition into like a face thing. The easiest way to do that would be to see that Vince McMahon is drunk with power with the Kofi Kingston situation, and like do something sneaky to like disable the boss for like a week, and he can make the match that needs to be made without anybody coming out and screwing it up. And then in everybody's eyes, because he saved Kofi's match, everybody's like, thank you, Triple H, you know, and the whole crowd goes wild, and Triple H is automatically a face. Like, full-fledged, everybody loves Triple H, no matter, he can't do no wrong, because he just saved the day for Kofi Kingston. Like, Vince McMahon comes out and like, makes the gauntlet match impossible. The New Day comes out and tries to help, and, you know, they all get beat down, and then Triple H, like, slips a roofie in Vince's coffee. And, you know, Vince passes out, and they can go ahead and, all right, let's hurry up while he's out, you know. Or somebody kidnaps the boss, or he's stuck in traffic, quote unquote, you know. But you know, the whole time Triple H is on the phone with the driver.
Kids, if you don't get the opportunity you deserve, just roofie your parents.
They want no, dude. They got to get edgy, bro. They got to get edgy. What's edgier right now
death again
than roofies? I mean, that's pretty edgy.
If he thinks it's dead this time.
I mean, the only thing worse, the only thing edgier they could give Vince McMahon than a roofie would be fentanyl.
Oh God.
But Vince McMahon already looks like he's on that, and by the way he walks.
Alright, I gotta go.
Alright, take it easy.
I'm dead.
That's it. That's a perfect exit from the DWB company. I'm out of here.
Alright, peace, so the last little bit we're going to talk about is the NXT match. There were 2 or 3. The Forgotten Son somehow beat Mustache Mountain, which is fucking stupid. I get it, they had extra help from Jackson Riker or whatever, but nobody likes them. And it's not as we don't like them because they're heels, and that's a good thing. It's nobody likes them because they fucking suck. They're boring, they're not exciting, and they're basically bland versions, pale, cheap imitations of sanity. So, Forgotten Sons can go suck a fuck.
Like that. I don't know who they are too much, but I've seen them and heard of them, so.
The other match qualifier for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic was Ricochet and Aleister Black versus DIY. Now, if you haven't seen this match, you better put it on the, what are those old things they used to have? The DVR, the TiVo. Yeah, better put it on your TiVo. Because you don't have WWE Network on TiVo, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was a great fucking match. And I'm pretty sure the result had something to do with Tommaso Ciampa and his neck surgery and all that stuff. Because Aleister Black and Ricochet beat DIY. And so that pretty much means you can pretty much guarantee Ricochet and Aleister Black are going to win the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And then they're going to go to win one of the belts. Or they probably will win the belts at WrestleMania. The tag team titles that they're in the triple threat match.
What kind of name are they going to come up with? Ricochet and Aleister?
They'll come up with some. Let's see. Aleister is the one and only. Ricochet. Aleister Black is what? The Dutch Destroyer? Let's see. I don't fucking know. They can do something. I don't know. I was trying to think of a tag name for Ricochet and Aleister Black, but nothing comes to mind. So, what kind of rumors we got this week? I haven't really seen anything of note, anything crazy. Harlem Heat inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Well deserved. Second induction, so now Booker T will be a 2-time Hall of Famer, and he's going to make sure that he lets everybody know. Arn Anderson's making his first post-WWE appearance at StarCast.
Alexa Bliss hosting WrestleMania.
Gay. I thought Colin Jost and the other guy. It's fine. She needs something to do. She is a draw to a lot of people because she's hot. And a lot of like the teenagers probably like have posters of her, and have a tissue collection in their trash cans.
Be like Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania. Because it was like a WWE exclusive thing I watched where Nikki overheard like Alexa Bliss talking about her WrestleMania moment and plans on like crashing it or whatever.
Well, we'll see. You got anything, Street?
No.
No.
I came across a thing.
No rumors this week. We're not doing our jobs properly. No news. Which, you know, WWE is probably being pretty tight-lipped right now, and they don't want too much getting out to spoil the WrestleMania surprises. Hopefully there are some surprises, which we did call out the Rock one, so you guys be ready for that. The Rock's going to join in on that AJ Styles, Randy Orton match to bring some much-needed star power.
Nikki Cross is probably gonna make some type of appearance.
No.
Somehow interrupt
No.
What's going on with her, though?
No one cares. She's done. She's not a wrestler anymore. She's doing her weird stuff. So let her do weird stuff.
she's doing her weird stuff with Dean Ambrose. Oh God.
Dean Ambrose.
Imagine if they just break up the Shield just so they could do a mixed tag team partnership with freaking Dean Ambrose and freaking Nikki Cross. Oh God.
Nikki Cross. He said Nikki. I thought you said Nikki Bella.
No.
I don't think Nikki Cross is going to make an appearance at WrestleMania.
I thought you said Nikki.
I mean, the only reason I said that is because of that exclusive thing I watched with her listening to Alexa Bliss and talking about it.
Well, maybe she attacks Alexa Bliss or does some kind of crazy shit like that. Yeah, I got you. I can see that. Or some weird, Alexa Bliss is hosting and she makes it all awkward and fucks it up for Alexa.
I don't know if you've seen it, but she talked about
I didn't watch it.
She talked about something with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross getting a not getting a WrestleMania moment and maybe crashing Alexa Bliss's.
Yeah, I got you. I may watch that. I do like Nikki Cross, so I didn't know she had a special on the network. But yeah, guys, that's gonna about do it. That'll wrap her up. No more to really cover, so make sure you tune in next week right here at DWP Games.
Oh God.
Right here at Dat Wrasslin Podcast, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Check us out next week. Peace. See you later.